All right, everybody, welcome back to the Open Road Podcast. Today's guest is none other than Beau, a good friend of mine, very special guest. How are you, sir?
I'm happy to be here, get to hang out with you for a little while. It's been too long, man.
How long has it been, man?
Probably at least a year.
Yeah, a year.
At least maybe 2 years.
Yeah.
All I remember was hot. It was always hot when we were hanging out.
All right, so Beau, I used to work with Beau at one of the last, I guess, jobs I was working when I had a real job, and man, we'd kick it a lot, man. It'd be me and you, or me, you, and Farron. I remember that.
Yeah,
and just fucking having a good time.
Well, no, this is what's cool about being here is when we were working together, you were talking about getting all your ducks in a row and then going out and doing this. It's been cool to watch you on YouTube doing like all the stuff you said you were going to go do. Like that's.
I appreciate it, man. I mean, it started as a dream, right? And then it starts happening and it's like, cool, man. Like, I mean, I'm nobody on YouTube, right? But like, I'm me, right? So that's all that really fucking matters.
No, but you're like young as hell and you're retired, bro.
That's pretty cool.
Like, you know how jealous I am of you right now, dude?
Right.
You're living the life.
Right, but I'm not a millionaire either, right? I don't have all this fucking money, but I got time.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
like, I think time's important. It's one of the reasons I got my ducks in a row and got everything the way I needed to be so that I can do this project. I got other projects coming along. I got another project that's gonna be really good, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I've been kind of trying to share that with all the young dudes I work with. Like it's like my philosophy is I want the most amount of money in the least amount of time.
Right.
Like,
right.
You know what I mean? Like
Right.
you can pay me less if I'm going to be there less time.
Right.
Like,
right.
Yeah, you nailed it, bro. Like you're ahead of schedule.
I like to look at it like I want to get paid the most for the least amount of work I can do.
Exactly.
Like, and I think I've met that little just easy coast, like I do odd jobs, man. Like whatever comes up, whether it's transporting a car, transporting people, whatever, dude, like whatever works. Or I actually am getting in a little bit into the private security thing, but that's very like starting off right now.
Yeah.
And it's just for like one person right now. And then so I'm building the skill, and all that. So that'll be, I think something I'm gonna jump into in a year or so, like maybe I can get licensed in Texas, PI, something like that.
This.
Who knows? Yeah, I mean, I like this. This is a good, it's a good hobby for me, dude. I mean, it's not a job, like this is just, I like doing it, dude.
So are you still doing the stuff where you go like out in the middle of nowhere and like run out of gas and like all those early ones that I was watching?
Yeah.
Are you still doing that?
So the goal was this, man, like, and I think we got to the point where I was telling you like, I'm going to do this, that, and the other, right? So like when I really got down to it, I wanted to throw out like maybe 10, 11, 12, 13 videos of me doing stuff I like off-roading and travel, all this other shit, be in the middle of nowhere and just fucking camping out, doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then start trickling in the podcast in there. And then as the podcast is going, start putting some videos back in there and, just do it.
Dude, but I'm just want to tell you, like the videos of you out like at a campsite all by yourself, basically talking to yourself, are like my favorite ones. And even when you do them in Spanish and I can only understand like every third word, they're still my favorite ones, dude.
Bro, it's funny, man, because like it took a lot to get used to, like just talking to my fucking self, dude. It's crazy, dude. Like,
but no, what's cool about it is you're like you're on the move, so you're walking around and talking to yourself. So then my brain starts thinking like, okay, well, what are the people in the campsite next to him think he's doing right now?
Right. That's the thing, dude. Like, motherfuckers looking at me like, this guy's fucking nuts. And it took me a bit to just be like, fuck it, man. Like, it doesn't matter, Like, I mean, the first video I made was in Spanish, and I was going to Big Ben. And I remember that first video, man. I must have done an intro like 12, 13 times, and I didn't like it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, what the fuck, man? Like, just, it doesn't fucking matter, dude. And I just, whatever came out the next time, I was like, fuck it, I'm sticking with it. And I don't care anymore. And it just started going, dude.
Yeah.
And,
You just got to let it flow out.
So you're still in the NDT field, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got machine oil behind my ears right now, I think. Like, I literally drove straight here. I'm in my best Walmart outfit.
Nice.
Wranglered out.
So when did you make the switch to that company, bro? This new company you're with?
Like September.
So September, October, November. Okay, yeah, pretty recent then.
Yeah, pretty recent.
And what made you move or what?
Well, the HMT where we were, they laid me off.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was nice, dude. I freaking had the best summer of my life, dude. Like, they laid me off like in, I don't know. I think it was like June or something, the beginning of the summer.
Gotcha.
Got the freaking severance, got the unemployment. I just kicked it the whole summer, dude.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, it all worked out like awesome. Like, and then I got this new job, and they put me on a guaranteed 40, so it's still kind of like I'm on summer vacation.
Yeah, there's no work, you're getting paid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Badass, dude.
Yeah, it worked out beautiful.
And I imagine maybe the pay's a little bit better.
Yeah.
If not the same, right? Like,
no, it's better.
It's better. Yeah. Good, man. Good. You said you took Farron with you?
Well, I didn't take Farron with me.
In a way,
Don't
right?
get
Like,
me involved in a
in a legal dispute. But it's like if I go somewhere and I like, hey, dude, like, yeah, that's kind of like.
No, I actually working with them. I stumbled onto another spot, and they had a spot open that he needed to be there.
Yeah.
And so I just called him up and said, "Hey, dude, you need to be in this spot."
Yeah. Wow,
But
Farron's a fucking different animal, man.
Yeah.
That guy's
Are we
fucking
gonna
nuts.
do like 20 minutes on Farron?
We could. I could fucking spend 3 hours talking about that fucking dude.
Well, that's what I was thinking on the way over here. I was like, dude, you know what? Me and Andreas, we're just gonna make fun of people we used to work with, and nobody else is gonna want to listen to this thing. And then the other thing I was thinking of is all the freaking stories we used to tell there.
Oh man!
Like my personal favorite is Elvis worked in NDE before he got famous.
Yeah, that's true, man. That's actually true. Like if you look it up on Google, that's true. Man, dude, those times were good times, bro. Like
it was.
Like I think I had I always have fun no matter where the fuck I end up, bro. Like if I ain't having fun, then I gotta go, man. You know?
Yeah, it's just that comedy that comes out of misery. You know what I mean? Like, because that was a rough spot to work, but
80s pipe rag was a different.
All those
world,
jokes and stuff that came out of there was great, man.
So what's going on as far as you got your son, right? I mean, how old is he now?
He's 8.
Okay.
He's 8, and we're just, man, guy plays hockey.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you having any more, or are you closing shop or what?
Do what?
Get any more kids?
No, I think we're just going to have to stick with the one.
Yeah.
We fumbled around too long with dumb. Like, anybody that wants to have a kid, just have a kid, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's like you can't find the right time to have a kid. Like, you just have a kid, and then it has to work.
Yeah. Like, I see all the time on Facebook, like, always doing stuff with your boy and shit, man. Like, I like that, dude. That's fucking badass.
Yeah, he's at that age, man.
Yeah.
8-year-old boy, like, being a dad to an 8-year-old boy is so much fun.
Yeah.
Because I got him trained to like all the things I like.
Right. Well, I mean, if he spends time with you, like, it's got to go that way, like, that's pretty badass, dude. Like, I like seeing those, I mean, I got my girls, and so I don't know, like, what it's like to have a son, but I'm not sure I want one anymore, dude. Like,
Yeah.
It would be nice, don't get me wrong. Like, if things worked out that way later on in life, like, I'd love to see what a son's like as well, but I'm 100% happy with, like, my girls, bro. Like,
Yeah.
if this is all God gave me, then I'm already appreciative of that, Like, man, kids are just badass, bro,
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
How's your wife, man? I haven't seen her since, like, dang, we did, like, a gumbo, or what was it?
Oh, yeah, that disaster fight party we had. Remember?
Who was fighting that night?
Mike. It was the Mike Tyson fight.
Yes. Was it Roy Jones Jr.? Roy Jones?
Yeah. Yeah, we relied on, I'm going to call him out right here on your podcast. We relied on Drew Lucario to bring the fire stick to get the fight.
Yep, I remember now.
And he didn't get it.
That was a good night, man.
Remember, we were all scrambling trying to get it up and running, and you were watching it on your phone telling us what happened.
Like, the fight's over. Like, I think I got it. Like, dude, the fucking fight's done, dude. Like, I think it went to a decision. I can't remember anymore. But that was the last time I saw her, and man, that's the last time I saw a lot of you guys, to be honest, man. Like,
Yeah.
A little bit after that, I think I bounced out of there.
Yeah.
Came on to a better life,
Yeah, I think you were gone shortly after that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I think, that was that night where a good friend of ours was just
Who was that? I don't remember.
Farron's fucking crazy ass, and then we're like, no, bitch, you ain't fucking driving, and da 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 da.
Did we do all that?
I mean, I remember that. You know, was it at your house?
Did I make him sleep at my house?
Yeah, I think we made him sleep there.
Dang. Well, no. The reason why I'm shocked is that makes it 3 for 3. All 3 times I've hung out with that dude.
He's also like 22 or something, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in that.
God, dude.
In that zone.
That's crazy. Like, that's fucking crazy. So what else is new, man? Like, what the fuck's going on in your life?
Man, new. Not much, man. I've just been working and hanging out with my boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hockey is a different animal, dude.
Oh, shit.
It's different because you got to drive to an ice rink. So it's like basically I go to work and then I cart him around. And then every now and then we go fishing.
Yeah.
That's
So does hockey take up your weekends or no?
yeah, it takes up everything.
So it's like softball.
He just got done like
or
3 days.
baseball or
He just
whatever.
got done 3 days a week practice, and then Saturday, Sunday games. Like it's
nonstop.
insane. Yeah, but it's about to shut down. So
Yeah. Is there a season for hockey?
there is sort of, but all youth sports now freaking goes year round. It's not like you don't just play rec and then that's it. Like, but the actual season's like August to like March, somewhere in there.
How the hell did he pick hockey? Like, how does that happen?
Dude,
No, I've never met anybody,
So
Oh, you're white. That makes sense, right?
yeah, and he's got that Eastern European blood in him.
Oh, okay.
But
Gotcha.
but no, like I did the thing that you do when they're like 3, you buy them like all the sports stuff, and then you just let them see what they play. And he kept playing everything wrong. Like he would swing a baseball bat with his hands spread apart. Like he just didn't get it. Couldn't throw a baseball for nothing. And then like he was like about 4 years old, and I noticed that he was spending a lot of time with a broom out in the garage, sweeping a tennis ball around, trying to keep it away from the dog. And I was like,
Hockey it is.
we found it. And we took him there, and it took off.
Natural.
Of course, it's the only thing I never played.
Really?
I don't know,
Even street hockey or anything like that?
No, Xbox. I played a lot of NHL on Xbox, but that's about it.
Yeah, I've never, ever played any type of hockey in any kind of way. Not street hockey, not rollerblade hockey, not fucking walking around hockey, nothing, dude. Like,
It's hard, dude. It is hard. Like I've started like ice skating with him stuff when he was small just to get him going, and dude, it's hard.
so do these 8-year-olds like fucking kick each other's ass on the fucking?
He is waiting. He can't wait.
That happens a little bit.
Yeah, I think when they're 12, they can start hitting each other.
No shit.
But he cannot wait. He's the only kid in 8U that I saw at all the games that got penalty minutes.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah.
That's good. Sometimes you gotta be rough, man. Like, especially like, he's a rough kid.
Yeah.
He's gonna be all right. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, but he's huge, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big for his age.
Yeah. Yeah. He's
Tall.
Yeah, tall, just tall and big. So, you notice like he's tall and he's big and he's not mean, so he'll get picked on every now and then. And I've got to give him permission to hit back. It's kind of a weird scenario, but the little kids, want to go after the bigger kids so they can like look bad or whatever. But he's got a real even temper, and I don't know.
He's mellow.
Not that kid, yeah.
Yeah. Good for him, man. Like, yeah. I don't want to be like fucking us. My fucking nose is like I can't even breathe. Like it's nuts, man. Like I've been hit too many damn times,
Yeah.
That's my own damn fault though. A lot of it's self-inflicted.
Oh, should I drink? I guess I better drink out of these fancy glasses.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. That's straight Fiji water.
Oh, it's not from the tap?
No, it is.
It's not from
No,
the
it's not tap. That's coming from like the 25-cent purified water machine,
Oh, okay.
I can't afford Ozarka, bro. Come on now.
Dude, you could put the water hose over here. I drink out of it.
This is podcast is just beginning, bro. You know what I mean?
So I've been checking it out. What's the deal with these books and these things here?
Oh, okay. So this here.
Are we going to
No,
behind the
hell no.
scenes?
You could, bro. Open road. I'm an open book.
All right.
Anything you want to ask, That's what it's all
Because
about.
I'm coming in kind of as a fan, you know what I mean? I've
Yeah,
been looking at
shit.
the stuff on.
So this here, man, like I will. It started off as like a psychedelic journal.
I bet you that's interesting.
Yeah, that's got some good stuff in there, and then it kind of turned into like brainstorming, and then this is where I keep all the like the podcast ideas and YouTube ideas. Like as I like some nights, like I'll wake up out of a dream, and I'll have some type of vision in the dream, and then I just fucking come in, jot it down.
That's smart.
Turn it back down and just go back to sleep. You know, so I leave it on the table for that. This, fuck, I even did this wrong because. So I'll throw my phone on like do not disturb, goes in there.
Okay.
Shut it down. This I'm gonna be giving it as a gift here soon, and then obviously the tarot.
Oh, the cards, yeah.
Yeah, baby. And then my little Jeep badge of honor badges. You know. Mm-hmm. You know what these are, right or no? Have you seen these?
What is it? Oh, so like it's like the camping ones. Like if you drive a certain pass or something.
Yeah. So like if you do one of the Jeep trails, there's like 50 something in the U.S. And as soon as you complete one, you'll check in online on your phone or whatever, like on the app, and then you complete it. You know, you whatever it knows. Like it's an honor system, right? Like so it'll know like okay, GPS coordinates puts you on the trail, and if you say you completed it, we'll send you one, right? So it's straight like a honor system. But so I got 3. You know, as I go through, like I'd like to collect as many as I can. You know, yeah. The goal would be to get them all one day, but that's gonna take some time. And the reason I can't stay on that because like it's money, bro. Like drive out here. You know, these were all done in Colorado, and I think there's still like 2 more I got to get in Colorado. So we're gonna go in this September. Go knock out 2 more. Arizona's got a couple I want to get.
Is the ones in Colorado? Is one of them? Was it Rampart Road or whatever?
Well, we got like this is Ophir Pass, Imogene Pass, Pugot Kip. I can't say words like that.
I used to go drive up there with my uncle a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and outside of Colorado Springs.
Gotcha.
And it was kind of cool because you go out somewhere and you'd be like, man, I bet you I'm the only person to stand right here.
So on one of the videos, it was like that. It was just us, dude. It was like, man, I want to say like 8 or 9 of us. And like, man, we just barbecued, drank a couple beers, and we're like, there's no one fucking near us. Like at that night, you know, like on the trails you'll see people, you know, but most people do the trail and they get the fuck out and they bounce out. And we decided we wanted to camp at that lake. Fuck, it was beautiful, bro.
Yeah.
You got to come one of these days, man. I mean, even if you don't have a Jeep, you could ride shotgun, you know.
Yeah, no, I'll go. I spend a lot of time up there. Yeah. But what I was saying is you'll stand somewhere and you'll be like, man, I bet I'm the only person to ever stand in this spot. And then you like walk like 10 more feet and you see like a big lighter on the ground or something. Yeah. You're like, nah.
No. Yeah, I mean.
We've been everywhere.
I'd like to do the overlanding a little bit more, but my rig is just not, like, I don't know if I trust it yet. You know, I got to do a couple more with it, you know.
What is overlanding? I keep hearing this. Is this like... this is the van thing where you live in the van?
No, that's van life. That's like people living out of a fucking van, which I think is awesome too. I would do that, but not now, like not in this part of my life. But so overlanding is kind of like, it's not so much a trail. Like you kind of just like, and it can start off as trails, right? Like so, and you're going like on the just a path that like really doesn't get traveled, and you try to find new spots, and like you pretty much are exploring on a vehicle. You know what I mean? So you're limited to what your vehicle can do. And I'd like to get more into that, but you got to be like self-sustained with like recovery equipment. You know, you obviously don't want to do it by yourself. You know, that's having fuel, extra fuel, food, means to stay like sheltered, you know, whatever. Like, you know, I think it's
so it's just
awesome.
like an extended trip, like you're gone for weeks.
Yeah, right. Well, not so much weeks. I mean, it'd be cool. Yeah. You know, people that got money can do it. But you know, normally what I see like on YouTube's like dudes go out like for a week or something like that and just go out like explore Utah or something like that, you know. And these guys did an expedition to like Alaska. I thought that was fucking badass. And like it's like 4 or 5 dudes, like maybe 3 rigs, whatever, you know, like 3 drivers, a couple other dudes, you know, and everybody's got it. Like one guy's a cook, the other guy's like the mechanic, other guy's like, you know, and you just go do shit, man. Man, like I'd love to get into that as well, but like, yeah, things get expensive, man.
Yeah.
Especially, you know, just, and then you break down. It's a mess, man. Like, and if Like if nobody on your team's good enough to fix anything, you're fucked.
But I guess that's supposed to be like part of it,
Right.
though, right?
That.
It's like these rednecks out in Crosby that like to go get stuck in the mud.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's like these trails, man. Like sometimes we'll winch out like to different positions or whatever. Like I'm fairly new at that, dude. Like, but I got a buddy who's been doing it for years, and we'll go with him. And like, I mean, he knows a lot more than what I would fucking know. So like, no, don't take that line, take this, or like just guiding us. But it's definitely pretty cool.
Oh, so it's like hairy stuff, like.
Yeah, it can get. It just depends, like if you want to do like. There's trails that are rated like easy, moderate, and then like difficult, So if you go on the difficult ones, like your rig also has to be capable, right? Like you can't go on there in a stock Jeep. You'll fuck it up, right? Like, and I've seen it, you see it.
It's
out
probably
like,
fun to watch.
Yeah. So,
it's like watching the dudes in the rental cars that go down to Port Aransas to the beach and they sit out there and they let the tide come up under their cars and they just sink.
Yeah, it makes like fucking no sense, dude. Like it's fucking crazy. But so yeah, that's that. This is gonna be a gift that's gonna be coming out. My girls did the butterflies. Just my cousin gave me these, and I don't know, man. Like pretty cool shit.
Yeah, I was just curious about those books. Did you buy them or did somebody make them? You bought them like that?
Yeah. So you can go to Barnes and Noble.
Oh, Barnes and Noble,
or however the fuck you say it.
I didn't even know they still had those.
Yeah. You're not been reading, I guess, and it's just, you whatever, dude. Like a lot of dudes really don't like do the journal stuff. I get it, like it's girly or whatever the fuck. But like, dude, like if I come up with an idea, man, like if I don't write it down, it's gone, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I used to do that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think if you're like in that creative world, you have to do it.
Right.
Like I used to do it back when I used to do like nightclub promotions and stuff like that. Like I got them, but they're cool that I still have them too.
Really?
Because you can look back and it's like
that's what I was thinking.
A 5-year window of my life. And even if it's a lot of those notebooks just have like names, phone numbers, and errand lists, like it's still cool to come across like I got to get these 5 things done back in 2002.
Because it takes you back to the moment and you can remember writing it. I think that's what's cool about writing it, right? So like I ask a lot of people, right? Do you think you're creative? Like, do you think you're creative?
I do think I'm creative, but you gave me a thought just now when we were talking about this is like doing the journals back then, I was in a creative spot in my life. Right now, I'm not in like a really creative spot, but that's not like a sad thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm in a like reality spot, kicking it with my boy and working and, doing that type of stuff. But, like I do like kind of want to get that back.
So,
but
okay.
the kicker is do I want to like, that's a more chaotic zone. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's kind of weird, man. When you think about it, like I've been thinking about something like I want to do something.
Right.
But then I'm like, but
you got.
I obsess, bro.
You got to. So that's how this works. Like, so that's what happens. This is my opinion, obviously. This is not whatever facts and shit. But so, like, I like asking people, you think you're creative? And most people say, yeah. And then I'll be like, okay, if you're creative, like, how many poems have you written? And it'll sit there and, some will say, man, I wrote like fucking 10, 15, 20 poems, and I'll be like, how many songs have you composed? Like, oh man, yeah, you're right. Like get creative, man. Like there's nothing fucking wrong with it. Like, oh, people are going to laugh at your work. Fuck them, dude. They're not your people then. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's true. But I
but there's other ways to get creative. Obviously, there's.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's
however you want to be creative. But I mean, creativity to me is not giving a shit what anybody thinks about your work, right? Whether that be a poem, whether that's a song, whether that's a short story, maybe you write a book. How many books have you written, right? Like, well, I can't write a book. Who the fuck says you can't?
Yeah. Well,
right?
I would say not giving a shit in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
But then you go into this other realm of, I'm good at this. And then it gives you confidence. You know what I mean? Then you're like when I get it what you're saying. Like when you first start something, you got to jump, right? The first time you jump off a diving board, it's terrifying.
It's not going to look pretty either, right?
But then if you do it a few times, then it's like you can't get enough of it, right? So like, yeah, that initial jump is scary.
Yeah.
But after you get going, and when you get to that state where you're like, whoa, like you impress yourself, and then that's when it really turns into a drug, you know?
Right. And it's like, so to me, like my creativity, like one of my projects that I'm working on now that I don't think anyone knows at this point, like I'm writing a little, like, I don't know if it's a book. I don't know if it's a journal. I don't know what it is, but it's definitely like putting some thoughts in and like what the fuck's going on, right? Like, and that'll come out whenever the fuck it comes out, when it's ready to come out. And it's not going to be for everybody, man. Like, yeah. But it's my work.
But are you writing in it like consistently?
Yeah.
Cause see, that's my thing. I was trying to start writing, and I would like write for like just a little bit, like 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm talking like a year, and then be like, oh yeah. And then, like, I can't even find the thing I started writing in.
Right.
You know, I think with writing, you got to like force yourself to do it like every day.
I think when it comes down to writing, you got to be passionate about what you're writing about.
Yeah.
And if you can get that, like if you're passionate about what the fuck you're putting on paper, it brings you back to the pen, right? So that you can keep going with it.
It does, but it peaks and valleys.
Yeah, for sure. I mean? Yeah,
like in those, and if you let those valleys stay there and you don't force yourself to get back in it, you'll lose the whole thing.
And see, but I don't feel like it's forced, man. Like I want to come back and like keep going on this thing because it's a project of mine, right? Like no one's gonna see it till it's done. Nobody may ever see it even when it's done. Like I'm not sure this thing even goes anywhere, but that's okay. Like
but you're hot right now.
Right, like it's what I want to do.
You got to nail it while you're
right.
While
like
you're hot.
It's a feeling that I got that I want to put this down. Like, and I dedicate maybe an hour a night to it.
Well, see, there you go. You know? You're staying on task.
Yeah, but it's difficult for people that have a lot going on. Like when people have a real fucking job to go to. You know, the kids and like I get that. Like I get that. Like, but you have to give that. Like, I start looking at the day now. Like it's 24-hour day. I need about 6-7 of those motherfuckers to sleep.
Yeah.
And what am I doing with the rest of that shit? You know, like.
Yeah.
Like, am I just fucking TikToking my fucking life away? Just. And I gotta be like, fuck that. You know, like put the fucking phone away, silence that motherfucker, and let's go. Let's start. Thoughts. Let's go do this. What do I want to do? Like, once I started doing that, man, like my life has changed in the past couple months, man. Like just, like now it's like, if I don't do it now, when the fuck am I gonna do it?
You're living the dream.
Right,
like,
but
all that phone stuff and like TV watching and all that, I've noticed that comes harder when the less free time you have, the more you go to that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like if I have the whole day off, I may not touch my phone.
Right.
But when I get home from work at 7:00 and I'm like 2 hours, I gotta have like my own private time. Then that's when you get glued to the phone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you opened yourself up, man. That's why I was saying at the beginning of the show, like,
it's
I'm like excited for you, dude.
I appreciate it, man. Like, but it's cool, man. Like, like I just did the right moves as a younger dude. And my goal is not like, I don't want to be rich, bro. Like, I mean, fuck yeah, I would. Okay. Who wouldn't, right? Like, but that's not like where I'm like, not aiming my life that way. And if I don't get there, like I failed, like, nah, that's got nothing to do with it. Like, it's what I do now. It's how I use my time now. Like, what can I do with it? Like.
And see, that's like a total age thing that you can never convince, like, a Farron of that. Farron is a guy that's like 23 and all he wants to do is work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, you can't, like, I try to convince those guys, like, dude, don't freaking chase the dollar.
Right.
Like, don't chase it. You'll never catch it.
Right.
You'll never catch it.
You'll never have enough.
But it's like an age thing. I think once you get so old and you're like, yeah, I'm about half dead now.
Yeah. It's been fucking with me, dude. Like, I think about it. I'm 38, right? How old are you?
42.
Right. So the way I look at it, I may already be at the half point. Like, or maybe fucking way past the half point at this point, man. Like, there's people that are fucking, they're leaving this world at 45, 50, 55, 60 with diseases and cancer and fucking all kinds of shit, bro. Like, just heart failure.
Yeah.
Lung failures.
That's when you flip the switch of like, man, I just need to enjoy. I just need to be around my people and enjoy my time, man.
It's helped, man. It's helped to. I think people say, "Oh, man, he's in a midlife crisis," and I don't think that's what it is. I think it's
like a realization,
right? Right. Like I've not been living life. Like this is my second chance at this point when you realize you haven't been living your life right. And you're like, okay, this is the chance. This is it. Like if I don't do shit right now and like change, I'm not going to be a millionaire from now on. Like if from the age of 18 to 38, 20 years of being in the workforce, and if I didn't make it to a millionaire by then, it ain't fucking happening now. Yeah. So now I got to be like, okay, like what can I do to like make sure my bills are paid? And okay, if I need extra money, what can I do then? And then like, okay, but when can I use my fucking time for me, right? Like, so I try not to miss anything my girls have at school. Today was the only time I think this year that I missed an event for my girls at the school. They had their little like last day of school party or whatever. Yeah. But I had to be in Louisiana today, so I just got back from Louisiana.
You did too?
Yeah. I was in Joaquin, Texas, I think is what it is. And then I think it's like Loganport or something like that. It's right in the border. And I know it's parish. What parish is it? Fuck.
I don't know the parishes. I was in Sulphur.
DeSoto. I was in DeSoto parish.
But dude, like before I got this job, I didn't go to Louisiana that often.
Yeah.
I am like slowly falling in love with Louisiana.
Oh, it's good.
Like all I knew about it was like New Orleans, right?
Mm-hmm. Or Baton Rouge. You never been to Baton Rouge?
I did like some ambulance transports into like Monroe and place Baton Rouge and stuff. But dude, they got some good food out there, dude. Like if you go to a Cajun restaurant in Houston or Dallas or Austin or whatever, it's not the real thing.
Yeah,
it's not the real thing.
I agree. Yeah.
And so like right now, currently, I'm trying to figure out something I can take my family out there to do that's a vacation. Mm-hmm. But really all I want to do is take them to the restaurants. Yeah.
Go to the casino, man. Fuck
that's what I'm thinking, like the Barge or whatever, one of those places.
Yeah. That's what I used to do Louisiana for. But yeah, you're absolutely right, man. I think the food's fucking amazing.
Yeah, and the people are cool. Yeah, like going out and in and out of these refineries and stuff. They're way more.
They're friendly.
They make you more comfortable. You know what I mean?
Some of them I can't understand what the fuck they're saying. But that's not their fault, right? I don't know if I don't know what they're speaking sometimes, and I'm just like, okay, like all right. And then like he'll say it like 6 times, and I'm like, yeah.
I'll get them laughing, bro.
Yeah,
they laugh while they talk, and you really can't understand what they're saying.
But I still think like real great people, man. Like, I've been in Texas my whole life, born, raised, whatever, and I know people talk shit about California as well too. But I fucking love California as well. Like California, Louisiana. I could see myself in either of those 2 states as well.
I got some good friends out there. I took off out there when I was like 19.
Yeah.
And I lived in Los Angeles.
Gotcha.
And
what part? You remember or no?
So when I first got there, I lived right off of Hollywood Boulevard, Hollywood and Kenmore. And we thought this was like the life, right?
That's North Hollywood?
Yeah. I mean, you literally like came down Kenmore, cut a right, and went like 6 blocks and you were where everything is.
Gotcha. I've partied there before, I want to say.
Probably.
Yeah.
A lot of people have. You drive down that street on a Sunday morning, man. Whew, you see people laid out on the sidewalk and everything.
I might have been one of those people.
And I didn't really like it at first. Like that was the fake California. But then we were working for a concert venue out there, and I just was like, dude, I just need to be around regular people, because every person you talk to, like in that business, it was like, what can you do for me? Who do you know? What can you do? Can you do this? Can you do that? And I was like, dude, I just want some regular folks. So I ended up going out and getting a job. Like it was like a 2.5 hour drive from me to Azusa, out in that area, which is like east, way out east, like out of the city. I got a job at Chili's, and I made some really good friends there. Yeah, really good friends. So I think the whole California rap is just like anywhere else, man. People in cities are jerks.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what city you go to.
Houston, bro. I mean, like I love Houston, everything, but the only thing that keeps me here is my kids. Like, yeah. I think I would enjoy. Honestly, like I like Amarillo.
Really?
I don't know why, but I fucking love it, man. Jamie, what'd you say, bro? Amarillo by morning. Yeah, dude. Nah, I mean, because I've been through Amarillo a few times. Going to Colorado. For whatever trips I'm doing. I don't know, man. Like I drive through like Amarillo, and then like
it stinks though.
I don't think it does, man. Like I don't know, dude. Like
you must have like farmer genes in you, dude. You must smell cow crap and think it smells
Love
like
it.
money.
Yeah. No, I know what you're talking about. Now I remember, but I think that's a little bit more north of Amarillo.
Yeah.
Like as I'm getting into like, God, there's the bordering. Is it
Talking about Raton?
Raton? That's New Mexico, no?
Yeah, it's like
It's like a corner, right? Like it's like 3 states.
When you're going from like going to Colorado, you cut through a little corner of New Mexico, and then you hit Colorado real fast.
Yeah.
That part's pretty.
Yeah. But
It's like a bunch of like valleys and like canyons and stuff.
yeah, I love it. That it's you're gonna get to like Trinidad, Colorado, and then keep going north or whatever.
Yeah.
I've took that drive several times, dude, and like Amarillo's just that's it for me, dude. Like I don't know why, dude. Like just it's got nothing special, but like I like driving through there, and I just like it. I've done enough research where like I've seen like I think it was like 15, 20 acres, and you can knock something up for like $65K. You know, not too bad. You know.
Yeah. Arkansas is like that too.
Yeah.
Arkansas's got some beautiful land for cheap. I've been shopping that for years.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to move there though.
Really?
No. I would when I was older.
Yeah.
But that's what got me out of Corpus is that
You're from Corpus.
I'm not from Corpus.
But you were there for a while.
A long time.
Yeah.
I love it there, dude.
Yeah, Corpus.
Absolutely love it there. And
You got Selena there, bro.
I don't want to piss off the Corpitos, but I don't want a kid going to school in Corpus, man.
It's like HISD. Nobody wants your kid fucking HISD.
Yeah, man. It's
People move out to Katy. People move out to Fort Bend, Fulsher.
Corpus, there's nowhere to move to, bro.
What's around there? Aransas Pass? Is that?
Yeah, that's worse.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah.
Damn. I got some buddies in Corpus, man. A bunch of Marines from Corpus and like South Texas and stuff. So pretty good. I got familiar with Corpus a little bit.
Yeah.
One of my really good buddies is in Corpus, and you know this guy, Joey Franco.
Joey Franco.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Is he an EMS firefighter or something?
Nah,
Like that? No?
he. You know what? What field was he in, Roque or Jamie? Whatever the fucking name is.
He was that site we went and worked at.
Right.
He's the guy that me, Giovanni, and Jamie.
Yeah. So these guys roll out to a job site, right? And my buddy's like, bro, I met all the people, man, that you work with or whatever. Like, yeah, cool, But like, it's just a small world. My little brother's like, hey, dude, you know Joey? I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, I just met him. I was like, what the fuck? Like, where? I was like, yeah, like in Corpus, man. We're doing a job down here. And like, he was a client or what?
He was the client and like the lead guy out there. He was running the job.
It's just like a small world, dude. Like I just never know who's where, bro. Like,
Bro, I hear that, and that's just typical Andreas stuff to me.
Yeah, man, I was like, and then Joey called me, man, like, hey, what's up, dude? But really good dude. That guy there, I went to Afghanistan with him, and man, Afghanistan was like, whatever it was, like, I dealt with like, kind of like the, what the fuck they call it, like the logistics side of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I was on my 5th tour, like, no, like, there, it was just, I didn't want to push Marines anymore, man. I was done, bro. Like, no, don't want to do it. I don't want anything to do with fucking being no. So, like, I stayed back and, like, just help, like, fucking whatever, get food or just coordinate a bunch of stuff that if I could, and Joey was like.
You knew the ropes,
right?
Basically, right? Yeah.
So, like, Joey's, like, was one of the dudes that just, I think, man, was I fucking going through another divorce then? Like, yeah. I was going through my first divorce, right? Fuck. And so I'm going through that, and I'm just like, fuck, fuck, man. Like, I'm just going through some shit. And like, Joey he was a good dude, man. Like, that guy, talking to him, that dude probably fucking saved my life, dude. Just kept me sane, bro. Like,
yeah.
Like, really good dude, man. Like, he's one of like those guys that just, if he hadn't have been there, man, I don't know. I probably would have been fucking demoted and fucking kicked out and all kinds of shit. Like, I was just like, didn't give a fuck, And he would always pep talk me like, nah, you got to give a fuck a little bit, man. I was like, yeah. Just, yeah. Like, you're right, Joey, you're right, But yeah, that's my experience with that guy. Like, just good people. And then a lot of people from Corpus and all that. So, because I lived in Harlingen for a while. I don't know if you know Harlingen.
Dude, yeah. I know Harlingen.
Yeah,
I've did some ambulance transports down there. My mom just bought a place like one of those old, sorry, Mom. One of those old people communities down there, you know, you got to be like 55 to buy the trailer or whatever.
You got to be the senior age.
And she kept telling me, you know, oh, it's close to South Padre. It's close to South Padre. I go down there, bro. It's Progreso. Like straight up, 10 minutes down the road, dude. You're at the border.
Yeah.
Have you ever been down there?
Progreso, yeah.
It's a weird mix of people, dude.
It's all white people, dude.
No,
It's a lot of winter
Okay.
Canadian winter Canadians. Is that what they call it?
Okay, you'll understand where I'm coming from on this. Like, you go to Corpus, and there's like Mexican people, and then there's like white people down there, but they're kind of like blended. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Like us white guys that spend a lot of time in Corpus, like we know the Mexican culture like really well, and we kind of blend into it. You got to be ready to catch it, bro.
Right.
Like, you'll go to a Stripes, and some lady will be like, "Hi, how you doing?" And then she'll just blend off into Spanish, and you got to figure it out. When you go down there, it is like this direct line of like people from like Wisconsin.
That's what I'm telling you.
And then like straight up people that like second, maybe first generation. And when you hear them talking to each other with that weird, like the northern accent, and then like the like Spanglish accent, and there's no blend at all, dude, because they only come down there for like, you know, the winter.
Winter Texans is what they call it.
Yeah,
I remember
and
winter Texans. Yeah.
It was like, it really was like bugging me out. I was like, where am I right now, dude? Because you hear both accents like strong. Yeah, it was a weird.
So that's the crowd, you know. They're coming. There's like Canadian people from like Montana, like all the northern states. Right?
Yeah,
So like,
like a lot of Canadians down there, dude.
Wow.
And it's weird because they have that thick accent, you know, and they don't, and they're just like naive to the culture, like altogether.
So it's called what? Is it Nuevo Progreso or Progreso?
She's which one's across the border? Nuevo Progreso
Right,
is
I think
across the
it'd be
border.
Nuevo.
So she's like Progreso, and I can't remember the other town. Like when you come out the main highway and you turn south to go to Progreso, there's like one little town right there at the highway.
Gotcha.
And she got a little place there, and it's cool, man. I mean, she gave me the key because she's only gonna be down there every now and then. I don't know what to do down there besides go across the border or whatever, but
Go day drinking.
yeah, or like if you need to hide from the cops, like that's your spot.
Nuevo Progreso is not too bad. There's a really good place for cabrito. Have you ever had cabrito?
Yeah. Yeah. I had that in high school, bro. Yeah. I pulled up to my friend's house one day, dude. Or no. I didn't pull up. We had partied. Like, he was the friend that his parents, like, he had a back room. Like, it was basically like a tool shed that he turned in his room, and they let us party back there. So, like, I, like, woke up on a Sunday morning, and I, like, got into my car, and I, like, reached back to, like, shut the door. And I look, and there's a goat, like, right there. Like a little goat. And it was just like, man. I was like, what the hell's going on, man? And his dad happened to be in the front and started laughing. He's like, hey, why don't you come back about 6? Yeah. I was like, all right. Came back, dude. Yeah, that goat was just a pile of, I mean, you couldn't even recognize it, dude. It just all collapsed. It was just a pile of meat and bones. But when he said that, it triggered that memory. Like,
dude, man, that's probably my favorite dish ever is cabrito. So it's baby goat. That's what it is. It's goat that hasn't ate grass yet. It's just been had its mother's milk, and they fucking kill it before it actually like makes it to like feed off grass. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's so delicious, dude. Like, and Progreso has a really good restaurant with that shit in there.
well, yeah, like animals taste like what they eat. Like I know, like you were talking about Colorado earlier, like the deer up there eat a lot of sage, and you can like taste it. So I guess if they just drink milk, it keeps it, you know, like milky, creamy. I don't know.
So I remember, and I'm going to change the topic a little bit. Remember we talked about, we had talked about maybe you were going to venture out to do the ayahuasca. Like,
Oh yeah.
have you put any thought into that or what?
No, I want to go.
Yeah?
I want to go, and that actually just got railroaded. Actually, what happened, dude, is maybe
Because I think I talked to you about it before I went, and then I talked to you after I went, I want to say.
Yeah, no, you had been a while. You know what? I think that was right before I got laid off, dude.
Okay.
I think it was the beginning of this year we were talking about going, and then yeah. That's what happened. We were talking about going like in February, and I was like, we pushed back a minute, and then I got laid off, and then after that, like I forgot everything.
Yeah.
But no, dude, I want to go for sure.
So I'm gonna head up there in January of this next year. I did it again, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, bro.
I saw some video of that.
Yeah. It was bad. I mean, I'm not gonna say bad. It was strong this time. Like
Yeah.
it was rough, dude. Like
Oh, so you got down in some dirty stuff.
yeah. So that thing over there went with me, right? And I guess there was a point where I took like the second shot, and so like I go into shit, bro. Like I'm in it, right? Like I promise you, dude. I fought every demon inside of me, and I realized what demons were. Like it was just like fear, anxiety, like depression, like all these like emotions mixed. They come at you at once, and like these things were whooping my ass, dude. And I'm just like, like I just fucking scream at the top of my lungs, like,
Yeah.
yeah. And then he's all like, "What the fuck is wrong with this guy?" Like everybody was like, it must have been like 7, 8, 9 people or something like that, and everybody just kind of like, "What the fuck is wrong with this dude?" You know, like, but it was so good once I got done, but
That's probably like a thing though. Like,
yeah,
like
it was a purge.
your first one's gonna be kind of like easy, you know, and you're gonna be more comfortable with it. So the second one's gonna like
and it brings you back,
really get in there, huh?
Right. I think it's exactly how it went down. Like the medicine itself said, okay, I'm not going to hit you too hard the first time. And I'm going to show you some beautiful stuff so you're not afraid of me. And then when you come back, we'll start dealing with the shit you really need to deal with. And man, I dealt with it, bro. Like, oh. But on this second time that I did it, I'm not sure if I've gone into this with anybody. It showed me the process of a lot of things. And like, so in that world, I think there's a past, present, and future, but I think it's just all together, right? Like there's no difference in it. And in that world, you can move forward, back, however you want to move, right? Like it doesn't matter. Like it almost makes me believe this whole like world, it's already happened. Like this whole thing's been played out already. Like our lives, our children's lives, like this whole thing's been played out already. We're just experiencing it at this point. Like we got thrown into these bodies in this time frame,
I got you.
and then we're just here.
It's kind of like going on a Disneyland ride,
Right. Yeah.
type of thing.
Right.
Like it's already there. You're just seeing what happened.
You're just experiencing it, right?
You're watching your biography.
Right. And maybe you think you control things, and you do to a certain point. Maybe things that are like wouldn't change the course of your path, maybe. So you get to control like some things, maybe, or I don't know. Like maybe that's just you don't really fucking control anything. I don't know, dude. Like it gets weird, you know.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we have free will, right? You know.
No, I get what you're saying. It's like but that you can kind of see that in reality too. Like it's almost like all your high points and your low points are like unavoidable. You know what I mean?
Right. You're
But
supposed to go through
all
that.
the stuff in the middle. You kind of do it yourself.
Right.
But no, you know, everybody gets in those situations where like they want to accomplish this and they fight so hard to get to this, and no matter what you do, you can't get there, and then something better comes on, right? And then when you're riding that something better, you're fighting like hell to keep it, and then something shitty happens and it goes away.
Yeah. I feel
Like-
that, dude. Like
Yeah.
exact same way you explained it is how I think it works, right? Like, and there's people that agree, people that would disagree, and that's fine, you know. Like, but I see it the same way you're saying. dude.
I
Like,
think it works like that now. Like why it works like that, that's where you get into the unknown. That maybe the ayahuasca can give you like
some understanding.
Do you remember
Yeah.
everything? Because I've heard that like you just know what you got out of it, but you don't remember what happened.
I think it's like that. I think if I had to give it a percentage from 1 to 100 on how much I thought I remembered, I'd go a good 65% of me remembering, and then I'll be doing something random during the day, whatever it may be, whether it's jotting something down or driving somewhere or like a conversation with somebody, and then I'll be like, oh shit, I remember, like from the ayahuasca journey, like stuff that I'm still remembering from a year and some change later.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, oh yeah, I went through that, and it just keeps adding to it, right? Like, so that's kind of why I created this. You know, obviously you see that badass, and so it's just jotting some things down, and then now like that I've gotten through so much time afterwards, I feel like in a dream I can achieve that almost psychedelic effect, you know, like where I can like be like, oh, I'm in a dream. Let me go explore thoughts, and like boom, take off. go places, and then go figure things out, have the vision, wake up, I used to dream, whoosh, fucking go right back, hit the fucking lights, dude, and just fucking.
That's good. You're writing it down, dude. Because honestly, man, like right before you wake up, sometimes you're like, dude, I solved this major freaking problem. I solved it. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm super into like social, like how people interact and why are people like this and why is this like this, and sometimes, man, like first thing in the morning, I'm like, oh, dude, that's it. Like that explains it perfectly. And you're like, yeah, dude, I'm gonna think about that for the rest of the day and really explore it, and then
it's gone,
dude. As soon as you grab those car keys, it's freaking gone.
At least you can make it that far. Like if I don't write it down right away, I could get in the car and go do, and then I'm done. Like it just never crosses my thoughts or my mind again.
Well, you'll like 2:00 in the afternoon. You'll be like, well, what was that thing?
Right,
gone.
Yeah, exactly. So I've made myself write things down now, or like let's say I get I mean, fuck it. Let's say I'm on some THC that night or whatever. Like I don't do it often where I get real like fucking whacked out, you know. But like sometimes, like if my kids are with their mom and it's a Friday, I got nothing going on Saturday. Like, you know, I hit a little extra on it, and then I'll just go do stuff in the house, jot stuff down, and then like things just start happening, man. Things start going in my head. I'm like, oh, that's a good idea, you know, like. Let me fucking jot that down, or I'll explore an idea and I'm like, damn, that's how that works. I've gotten a bunch of my podcast ideas just based on like getting in a state like that, because I feel now like THC will give me a psychedelic effect as well. Like I think once you pop that shit open, bro, like
I've heard that with those edibles.
Yeah,
but that is true. What you just said. Once you pop that thing open. Like, I haven't done any psychedelics since I was, like, I think, like, probably 22, something like that. But when I meet somebody and I'm, like, clicking with them, a lot of times they've done it too.
Right.
Like, it's something that it does unlock doors or make connections in your brain that makes you a certain type of person. I think maybe, like, I don't know. They're generally, like, the people that I've met that have experienced that at all, they're generally like easier to connect with,
right?
You know,
right?
And like that's kind of like some weird stuff, right? Like it I think it's like a fabric, you know, and you like connect to that fabric, and then other people that are in tune with that. And that's what I was gonna say earlier, like all these people doing ayahuasca now, like everybody knows about it. I'm wondering like as everybody does it and then starts to share like their experiences, like there may be some big stuff figured out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I was in Peru like 2004, and they were the locals there. Like I went down there to visit friends that I met up here, and they were like asking me if I wanted to do it, asked me if I wanted to do it, and I was like, I don't know, man. Y'all want to take me out in the middle of the jungle and like have me trip out, and there's like jaguars out there? I was like,
not my
I'll stay right here in Lima, you know? Yeah. But like nobody knew about it then. But like all this like new thought and stuff that's happening, like, you know, like what you were talking about, like you see the past, present, future, all that, like there may be something like big that comes out of that.
So
know?
What I think it is this. It's a collective consciousness that we all tap into. So we're all connected no matter what, right? So when you go in this state of psychedelic, whatever the fuck you call it, you're tapping into the like universal consciousness of everyone, collective consciousness, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, then if I come back from that, when I come back from it, like I open up more to people, man. Like there's no, like I don't give a fuck anymore. Have I fucked up? Yeah, I've fucked up. There's shit I've done that's embarrassing as fuck. You know what? I own that shit. I did it. And what, bitch? You know what I mean? Like, yeah. It no longer like, oh God, you know, like, no, it's like, yeah, that was me, man. Like I did some embarrassing shit. You know, I fucked up here, fucked up there, whatever, man. Like that was me. That was a part of my life that I went through. If you don't fucking like it, then fuck you, right? Like it doesn't matter anymore. Like now it's everything I've gone through to try to wake up other people, because that's what I feel it really is, man. Like I think there's been one person that's gone with me, right? You know, and this coming January, I plan to take my mom and my dad, and there may be someone else going with us, right? You know, whoever wants to go.
Yeah.
And I think it's cool to experience that, like, and it, you know, maybe it hits everybody different, but it's so good, dude. Like,
So what did it do? I'm curious. Talk about Roque like he's not in the room, but did it affect y'all's relationship going down there together and doing that?
Yeah.
Like I would imagine like after it was over and then that time y'all spent together like right after it was over, I bet y'all like hit a little bit different now.
yeah,
Like,
it's a different bond, dude, because now he knows what I went through.
yeah.
Like maybe he didn't have the same experience, but he knows how hard that shit is.
Yeah.
Because he said I'm one and done, and then now as time's gone by, you know, he's kind of like, man, I could see myself doing it again, like maybe not right now, but like later on, like, and then like, so he thinks I'm fucking psycho, because now, you know, I've done it so many times, right? So like the first time I went, I did it twice, and then I did it this time, and every time I go, I take the extra shot. Like you take one 8 a.m, and by like 11:30, like they'll offer you another one. And like the majority of people, I think, from what I've seen at this place, will not take the other one. Like it's just too fucking much. And I remember looking at him. I said, "I'm ordering 2, bitch. Like you taking the other one?" He's like, "I don't know, man." Like I'm like, "Dude, I'll do it if you do it." He's like, "All right, fuck it, let's do it." And I was like, "All right, come on." Like I just needed to like get him to that, because the more you take, the stronger it gets, right? Like, and then like I don't know what happened, but I went like in a whole different direction with it. Like I feel like after the second shot, you no longer have any control over where the medicine's going to take you.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can still come back out and like, you know, do your thing and then go back in. But this time, like when you take the second one, man, like you lose a little bit of that control. You can still come back out, but then it's the medicine's doing its work, man. Like, and oh God, dude, I was in a bad spot, you know?
That sounds similar to like being hypnotized. Have you ever been hypnotized?
No.
So I did it once, and it was cool.
So
Like
it's legit? Getting hypnotized is legit?
Yeah. So the way the guy explained it to me, because it wasn't like a comedy show hypnotist where he made me act like a chicken or anything. Like this was like a legit dude, you know. And the way he explained it to me is like you have to let him do it.
Okay.
Right? Like if you're like going in there thinking, "Oh, I can't be hypnotized," or "This is bullshit," like you have to allow him to do it.
Right.
And
you gotta believe in it, right?
But not really believe in it. You just gotta allow him to do it. And anytime you want to bounce out of it, you can bounce out of it.
I see what
You
you're saying.
know, maybe, but I'm thinking maybe like it's like the ayahuasca thing. The more you trust this guy hypnotizing you, the deeper maybe you could go.
Right.
But it works because like I was like, all right, I'm gonna let this dude do his thing, right? And so I just told myself like, cool, let's let him do it. Let's see. And I'm not kidding you, dude. My head went down, and I knew my head was down. I knew what was going on, right?
Okay, so it sounds the same as this as ayahuasca. Okay.
Yeah, I fully could pick my head back up if I wanted to, but
You're letting it do it.
yeah. I was letting him go, and he basically just it was like he did like a healing hypnotism thing, like, you know, like basically hypnotizing me to like get proper rest and like heal or whatever, you know. And at some point, like I felt so good, like I was telling myself in my head, like I wish he would just shut the hell up and quit distracting.
Let me fucking
Yeah, I was like, I'm like in a good place, and then I like when he came out of it, like we were talking about it, and I told him like you know, because he knew I was trying to figure out if it worked or not, you know what I mean? So like he was asking me some questions, and he was like, what'd you think? And I was like, that was cool, man. And I was like, I was seeing like this different color smoke, you know, like visually, and he like asked me what color the smoke was and this and that, and I think I told him, I can't remember the color. I think I told him like green mostly, and maybe some yellow or whatever. And he was like, oh, well, that's our science for like healing. Like,
oh, okay.
He's like, so it was working. Like you allowed me to do what I was doing, because that's what I was trying to do. And I slept like a baby. I'm not bullshitting for like 3 months.
So before I lose this train of thought, you're saying colors, right?
Yeah.
So I got to experience colors as well. But now I know well, no, I'm not going to say I know what it is. I think I know why that happens, right? So if you were seeing green or yellow, I think that was a chakra that was being activated in your body. And like, I wouldn't be surprised.
I think he was on that tip. I think he was saying he was a big meditation dude
Gotcha.
too.
It's because I would see it like in the psychedelic like world, and it's just red, blue, like, and it wouldn't be like a rainbow. It's like all at once, like whoa, all red. All
See, this
blue.
was like a smoke, and
Yeah.
it was like
It just happened in a different.
my
way.
head was down like this, but it was like I could still see,
Yeah,
but all I could see was black and like this smoke, like
yeah, coming up,
yeah,
coming up,
and I think it was green and
yellow or whatever
and yellow
it was.
or whatever.
But I
yeah.
think it's just you're activating those chakras, and that's the color you just because you're feeling it, right? Like, it starts from the bottom.
No, it felt good to look at.
Yes.
100% felt good
Yeah.
to look at it.
Yeah, man, that's crazy,
And
dude.
that's when I was like, I wish this dude would shut the fuck up
Yeah.
and let me just look at these colors.
It's crazy that it sounds kind of like the exact same experience. Maybe not the exact same, but like it leads into the same place. Like
Yeah.
how you say you felt so good, exactly how I felt. I've never felt so good like when I was in there getting healed, right?
Yeah.
Like,
And it's not like a high.
no,
It's not like you took some drugs and you feel good or
no,
whatever.
no.
Like,
It's a whole different feeling.
It's-
It's love.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if it's self-love. I don't know if it's creator, like loving you, God, wherever you believe in. I don't know what it was, but that was pure love just fucking coming down, bro. And you're like, oh, God, this feels good. Like,
Yeah. It's kind of like when you've been in the, it's kind of lame, but when you've been in the swimming pool all day and your whole body's just like,
yeah, it's loose.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like all your joints are loose and everything. Yeah. That's exactly how it was, man.
It's crazy that. So did he, like,
No swinging clock. He just talked, dude.
yeah, okay.
Yeah. He just talked.
And you're sitting down?
Huh?
Are you sitting down?
Yeah. I was sitting on a couch.
Really?
Yeah.
And, okay, so how did you meet this guy or what? Like, how does that work?
Well, he's out here in Kingwood. I can't remember his name,
Oh,
but
okay. So it's here. Okay.
now this dude is like a psychiatrist.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He's a psychiatrist.
And a
He's a
hypnotist.
meditation dude, and he's a hypnotist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
And so, like, yeah, I went to see him because I was all basically just all spun out from that ambulance life, dude. Like, my sleep sucked. I was grouchy. I was like replaying old like calls in my head that like, because I was on my way out, so I was like regretting all this stuff that I like may have like fucked up on or whatever, like
The guilt.
you know what I mean. And I was just like trash, dude. And so I was like, and I don't remember how I found this dude, but I was like, well, this dude's a psychiatrist and a hypnotist. So I was like, let's go check this out.
He's a doctor
Yeah.
and he believes in hypnotism, right?
Yeah.
I've never been under that. Fucking badass, dude. Like that's good, dude. Like,
Yeah. And you're like,
so it's like self-therapy.
I guess, yeah, maybe it made me meditate. I don't know, dude. But like, I remember my head going down and I was like, holy shit. Like, I just did what he said and I didn't even like
Yeah.
think about it.
Yeah. You're in it.
And I was like, okay,
It's like
well, keep going, doc.
Yeah. It's giving yourself to, I guess, the cause or like just letting it take over. Like, you got to surrender to get fucking healed.
Yeah.
And I think that goes for anybody dealing with fucking any type of trauma, anything like that, or any guilt or anything. Like, accept it, and then like when you like go and find the way you're going, because there's many ways of healing, right? There could be a therapy session where you talk to someone. I've seen people have a therapy session with me right in front of me, right on this podcast, and afterwards they say, "Man, I felt so good to get that off my chest." These are things I've never told anyone. Like, that's a form of therapy. There's self-therapy. There's group therapy. I've always found self-therapy to be the best for me. Like, not that I'm scared to tell other people my shit, but it's like no, I don't think most people would understand where I'm coming from. And I think like what you went through in a way is like self-therapy as well, right? Like,
So do you have this problem? I have this problem a lot. So like, if I got a problem, majority of the people that I know, when I tell them that problem, they give me solutions that I've already thought of and they won't work.
yeah.
and I was just like, well, I can't
Right.
do it, you know?
Yeah.
And I've had like, I mean, a handful of people that would actually give me something I didn't think of, you know what I mean? Like, but for the most part, that's why I don't share my problems with people. Because it's like, they'll tell you something, you're like, yeah, but when I do that, then these 3 things are going to happen. That's not going to work.
Yeah.
You know? You throw it out.
I think it's a double-edged sword. Like, to bottle it all in will fuck you up just as much as fucking receiving, like, information or advice that you know goes nowhere. So I think I'm at the point in my life where, like, if I'm in some sort of little bind, I'll ask for people's opinion. Just maybe I'll hear something I don't know, right? And then if I'm hearing everything that I already know, I've already thought of, I agree with them.
I'm that dude that runs down everything. Like, I've always been really good at that. Like, I don't want to say predict, but it's basically a math of like, I do this, this will happen,
Right.
this will happen.
You're
this will happen.
strategizing.
Like, and I chew it constantly.
I have that problem too, but
Constantly. So when I talk to people, no, dude.
But sometimes what I've found is just talking to people is good enough to get my own brain fucking thinking again.
I do that. So that's my wife's job.
See?
And I think she's figured it out. Like, she doesn't give me suggestions anymore. She just lets me tell her everything, and then boom, it'll come to me, you know?
So it's funny that you say that because, I've recently started talking to somebody, right? And she's that to me, right? Like, I can fucking sit down and just ramble for like 30, 45 minutes, right? Like, she's like, and she'll just feed me, bro. Like, feed me more shit to think about. I'm like, you're not getting tired of this shit? She's like, no, speak your fucking mind. Like, I whatever you want, like, I'll hear it, you know? Like, I'll tell you what I think. Doesn't fucking stop, man. I'm like, you're gonna get tired of this shit. She's like, keep talking, like you're for real. Like, yeah. She's like, you can say whatever you want. Like, damn. So I think that's so badass. You have that. Like, I think that's something I've been looking for a very long time. Like, someone that I could do that with, right? Like, completely be who the fuck I am, and just let myself fucking go 100%, and not feel like I'm being fucking looked at like an idiot. You know, like,
Yeah.
It's hard, man. Like, if you're not with the right person, dude, like.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. I think you're too hard on yourself, man. Like,
I think we all are, dude.
I don't know, man.
And I think it takes a special other person
Because
to
I'll tell you
fucking
this.
calm it down, you know?
All your idiot stuff you shared with me is fucking hilarious, dude.
Yeah.
So nobody really looks at it like idiot. They look at it like, that's fucking funny.
Right, but it's, at the end of the day, there's people that are like, that guy's a fucking idiot, you know? Like, and that's cool. Like, fuck it, man. That's what they think.
Yeah.
And
But
back then it bothered me a little bit, right? And now it's like, now I know that they're the real idiots. You know what I mean? Like,
well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Odds are like 80% of the people they talk to think they're idiots.
Yeah,
That's just an ego thing.
Yeah, it's an ego thing. People that haven't really experienced their own life, they're not comfortable in their own skin, so they judge you from like you being comfortable with your shit.
Yeah, they're just trying to protect their shit.
Yeah, it's an ego thing. Exactly, dude. And there's people like that, dude. And like,
There's a lot.
yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. I've been called every name in the book, right? About how stupid, retarded, this idea, that idea. And I just don't give a fuck.
Nothing better, though, than sharing your thoughts with somebody and they call you an idiot and then you just watch it blow up in their face because they didn't do it your way.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that a few times. Yeah.
Maybe that's an old man thing, though.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
I remember my grandfather being like that, too.
Yeah. You can't substitute knowledge with experience sometimes, right? Like, experience, yeah, you may be the smartest motherfucker in the world, but guess what? I've lived a little bit longer. I've gone through a thing or two. Like, my experience can outweigh your fucking knowledge sometimes. You know?
Experience will tell you how not to do it.
Right.
So I may not know how to do it, but I know this ain't going to work.
Yeah, I know what not to do, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because I saw it all the time in the military. Sometimes, and it was when I started making positions where, like squad leader, whatever, like you get the new lieutenant in, and you can go one or both ways with it, right? Like, obviously this guy's school trained, he knows doctrine, he knows by the book plays, he just doesn't have the experience. Maybe it's his first time out there in the shit, right? But it takes you as a guy who's been out there a few times. It's still my boss. This guy still outranks me. He's an officer, right? I'm just a sergeant that's fucking done 3 or 2 or however many I've done. You got to work with these dudes.
Yeah.
But we can't get into a pissing contest of whose dick's bigger, right? Because it won't work out for the guys below you. So, you got to be like, hey, you know what? Like, I get what you're saying. Like, have you thought about this? And I'm like, no. Like, well, if he's any fucking good at what he does, he'll be like, okay, like, tell me, what do you think? And then you bounce ideas back and forth. And the guy will sometimes be like, we're still doing it my way. Okay, sir. Just as long as you know, like, I think these are what's going to happen if we do that route. Like, and then most of the time you get a good lieutenant, he'll work with you and say, you know what? I think you're right on that. We can adjust and we can go on forward with the mission. And I always try to do that with those, platoon commanders because, I mean, it's their platoon, man. Like, they are officers. They're appointed by the President of the United States, in the Marine Corps, right? So what they say goes. And I will follow orders all the fucking way. It's just how you're built. But it was good to, like, have some experience and then also go to, like, the training schools for, like, squad leaders, corps, and all that, and get this information how they would learn it,
Well, it's like it's basically finding out what you can't do, right? So you go to like that lieutenant and you say, "Hey, is there anything in your books that says we can't do this?"
Right.
Right. He's gonna know like this is an absolute no, right?
Yeah.
And then if he's like, "No, there's nothing in there that says we can't," well then,
right.
Here we go.
It's
type
just
of situation.
It gets different, and I don't know how to explain it, but I guess where I'm going with it is, you just got to work with each other, man. Like,
Yeah.
like you, for example, man. I got to that job. Hey, dude, show me how to cal up. Show me how to do this. I don't fucking care. Like, I don't, it didn't matter to me. Like, I don't care how old you are, how not. Like, I'm fair and teach me.
Yeah.
All right, come here. I do this. That's what I do that. This is how I do the fucking little testing thing. But,
Yeah.
I got no fucking problem. I'm a fucking 37, 35-year-old dude asking a 21-year-old like to show me how the fuck he does it,
Talk about that constantly, man. Like, there's no reason to guard your knowledge, right? Like, if you share it with somebody, it makes everybody's life easier.
Oh, yeah. No, I agree.
Like, when you guard it, I know something you don't, so you're going to fail. Like, that doesn't do anybody
Yeah, it doesn't do anybody any good, man. Like,
never.
I've always liked the guys that can teach you a lot. And when they're comfortable at what they do is because they've mastered what they know and they can teach. Like, so, keeping knowledge is, and I see why people do it. They want to protect their job, their position, but I come from the military. So like every leader I had for the most part, and I would say like a 95%, they wanted you to be better than them. Like that was their goal. Like when I'm at this position and you take my position over, I want you to be fucking 5, 10, 20 times better than me. So I'm going to teach you everything I know, and I'm going to dedicate all my work into you. Because next year, you're going to be the guy in my shoes. I'm gone. Like, I'm leaving. And, like, I took that and I love that about the military. It was so good, dude. Like, really good dudes out there, dude. Like, fuck. It was, okay, so the Marine Corps is a great place to be from. Just a very hard place to be at. You know what I mean? Like fuck, dude. Like,
yeah, that makes sense. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah, you're getting tested every day, anywhere you go, whatever you do. Like the competition in the Marine Corps is fierce amongst each other. Like, oh, you can do that. Oh, yeah, I can do it better. Like it doesn't fucking matter what it is. Like there's competition.
Do you get bitter like when you see somebody like freaking out about something that doesn't matter because of your experience in the military?
No, I know what you're talking about. Like where I'm like, this bitch. Like I may have thought that in my head sometimes. Like where I'm like, you don't know what the fuck hot is. You're like, or you don't know. And then I'm like, you know what? Like, what the fucking like? What am I doing? Like, why am I judging this fucking poor dude, man? Like, here's a 23-year-old guy. Because it happens. There's a 23-year-old kid. Like, no, let me talk to him, man. Like, let me fucking just make his day fucking easier by just talking to this fucking dude. Like, hey, dude, what the fuck, man?
See, I say that shit in my head constantly, dude.
I stopped.
Like my line in my head all the time is like, why is this dude freaking out? Nobody's dying, dude.
Right. But that's just the medical.
If you don't figure it out in the next 10 minutes, it's not going to change anything.
Right, but you're looking at it like because you were on the ambulance, you're seeing all kinds of trauma happen all the time.
Yeah.
Remember, no one gives a fuck. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's true.
Like, no one gives a fuck what I did. No one cares what the next guy did. No one gives a fuck. Everybody living their own
No,
life.
I'm not saying like from me. Like I'm saying I'm watching them
Right.
freak out about something, and I'm like, dude, this is nothing.
Because it's your own ego. It's your own ego. Remember that. Where you're like, that ain't shit. Well, who the fuck are you to say it ain't shit? Maybe it's everything to him or her, right?
Yeah.
So now it's us to be like, you know what? Fuck it. Let me fucking calm this fucking person down. Let me help him. You know, because I know where you're coming from. I used to think that shit. Like, bitch, you don't know what fucking hot is. Like,
Yeah.
you ain't shat in a fucking porter shitter in 130 degrees in fucking goddamn Kuwait or fucking Iraq or wherever. You don't know hot.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like, you ain't shit either.
But
You know,
I
I tell that to myself. Like, you ain't shit, bitch. You know. Like,
But I want them to have that feeling, right? Because like I don't feel like I can get rattled. Like I just can't get rattled.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's just you.
So when I see them rattled, I'm like, man, they really need to like realize that like nobody's gonna die, dude. Like don't be rattled. Just be cool. Like you'll figure it out. Like it's not that big of a deal,
Right.
and you have so much time to figure this out. You know what I mean? You could take a week to figure this out. Like nothing's gonna happen. Just chill. You know?
I think that just comes from the work you've done, where you had to make choices. You have to make split-second decisions in seconds that people would take months to decide. Like if a fucking lawyer would have taken the same decision you make, would take them 6 months to decide.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just.
But like,
But that's just you.
if
good and controlled.
to me,
chaos,
like
you know?
like yeah, like that to me, it's like a positive thing. Like it keeps me cool. Like you know what I mean?
I'm good under pressure.
Yeah.
You're good under pressure.
You just don't feel the pressure. It's just not there, really, dude.
I think we feel it, and you feed off of it. Like you're like, okay, I see how crazy this situation is right now.
Yeah,
But I'm calm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna figure this fucking out. I think there's age.
My
as
brain
well.
says like, oh, this is an intense situation. I'm gonna move slower.
Yeah.
That's what my brain says. You know, because like you're gonna move fast, super, super, super fast. But if you tell yourself to move slower,
Right.
then you'll still be moving a little quick,
Right.
but you're not gonna like
And
have the jitters, you know?
And there's a saying in the Marine Corps that we use exactly what you're talking about. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast.
Yeah,
Like so, yeah. Like you slow it down, but you have to act.
yeah,
The worst thing you could do is do nothing.
yeah.
Best thing you could do is do something.
Lock up and fumble.
Right, right.
You know?
So there's like there's a rule. There's an 80% rule on doing shit. And I'll get back to you because I don't know it off the top of my head. But I'll when I find it, I'll forward you that link. And it's basically some guy talking about the 80% rule. Like okay, you do nothing, you're done. But you have to think of something. And if it sounds about 80% right, then you go with it 100%. Like it's weird. I don't know how to explain it, but
No, I think
I've heard it somewhere. I
I
don't
think I
know.
heard something similar to that too.
Yeah.
It was like,
Like the guy just made the decision. You know, at this point, like I've already thought the decision out so much, and I think it's good enough. 80% good. Fuck it, I'm going 100% with it. Where you could have made a better decision had you waited 90%, but it might have been too late by then.
yeah,
Like it's just
And
it's a
then
weird
nothing.
Right, it's a weird combination, but I'll look it up, and if I find it, I'll give it to you. I'll share it with you. Really good deal. I think you've probably heard it somewhere.
Yeah. There was another one that went along with that too. It was something like something overload, like decision overload or whatever.
I think
It was kind of interesting too. I can't remember it.
Yeah,
either.
yeah. You get so many ideas that you do nothing,
Yeah, that's exactly it.
and then you're fucking.
You
done.
have like so many things to do that it paralyzes you.
Yeah, yeah. That's being in a chaotic situations all the time will make you that way. We're like, okay, fuck, this is what I'm doing, and then you go 100% on it, knowing it can fucking not work either, right?
Yeah.
But like you're at the point where like I have to make a decision now.
Yeah.
If I don't make a decision now, someone dies. If I don't make a decision now, someone gets hurt. If I don't make a decision now, I die. I get hurt.
It's like a decision now with a plan B and C,
right.
and then you go.
Right. And or you start plan A and you're already thinking plan B, C, D.
That's
in
what
your
I'm
head.
saying.
Yeah.
Like you got that on lockdown. All right.
Yeah.
So if this guy dies, then we're gonna move on to this.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. But I think that just comes with like stressful jobs and fields that people get into, you know, like obviously you did what, so you were a paramedic. Is that how that works? Or were
Yeah.
you, cause you work in an ambulance, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So you get you can everybody's you should always start out as an EMT basic.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then you should run that for 2 or 3 years and then go to paramedic school. Because the guys that go all the way through.
So what's the difference?
Terrible.
EMT, paramedic, and all that.
So an EMT just does like what they call basic life support. So it's like oxygen, stopping bleeds, like maybe a few oral meds like glucose and aspirin for heart attacks, like that kind of stuff. Once you get your paramedic, then you can start giving the cardiac drugs and the narcotics and intubating people, and you're basically paramedic beside the medic. So you get a playbook, a doctor writes a playbook and says, these are all the things you're allowed to do. You don't have to ask me for permission for them if they're in this book.
Okay.
So you can basically do
A lot. Huh?
yeah. If it's not in that book, then you also have the option of calling the ER you're going to and asking the doctor, hey, man, this is what I'm seeing. You know, I need to do an emergency C-section, and I don't have this in my protocol. And if he knows you or he's a competent or a salty doc that's been around for a while, hey, do what you got to do, you know?
Does he talk you through it or what?
You can, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and it's pretty amazing. Like, that was real eye-opening being on the ambulance and calling the ER and saying I need to speak to a doctor. Quick, they're on the phone. It's amazing because you kind of share that bond, right? Like, they've been there. Right? I need an answer now. You know, they're kind of been in the same place, and then you kind of like, okay, well, these guys are pretty cool. Then we kind of share, you know,
it's
a
that
problem or whatever. But yeah,
I didn't know it worked that way.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, it's crazy.
Yeah, as long as the doc says you can do it, you can do it.
One thing I have seen when I used to be a cop was like HFD would make a scene in the fire department, and like, I mean, this guy was fucking dead. Like, okay, very close to being dead, whatever. Bro, one guy pulls out a fucking clipboard, little headlamp, and he's just, boom, give him this, give him that, do this, do that. Like, he's just,
Oh, yeah.
and I was like, what the fuck? Like, and I'm just like, what the hell's going on, dude? Like, sure enough, the guy's fucking breathing again. He's like, all right, put him in here, give him this much, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, damn. Like, so that's fucking badass.
That's
you know?
always kind of a joke between, like, see, I worked rural EMS. So, like, I was, like, out in the middle of nowhere, right? Little towns. And the big city, like, departments, like, it's always a joke because that checklist you're talking about, we kind of make fun of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it'll say, like, give them one purple and one pink, and then give them another purple and a pink. So the drugs, the boxes they come in, one's purple and one's pink. Gotcha. Like, it doesn't even say the name of the drug.
So they dumb it down for
So
them.
they have this checklist, right?
Gotcha.
But they have to do that on a fire department, right? Because, like, they get, like, 12 guys show up, you know what I mean? And they may not be guys that are on the ambulance all day, every day. You know, they may be an engine company or whatever. So they have that stuff. But we used to always tease them about that.
Gotcha.
Like,
That's crazy, dude.
because what I did, it was just us, right? You may get some volunteer fire department or whatever here and there. I've had deputies drive my ambulance like so many times when I needed the other guys in the back. Like, we don't have nothing. It's just you and your partner, like, dealing with it. You know?
Shit.
Yeah. So I like that part. Unfortunately it paid way less than being on a city department, but I thought it was a lot more fun.
What drove you out of that? What finally said, you know what, fuck it, I'm done?
Starting a family.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. Like, you're trash, dude. When you work 24/48s, you're trash, dude.
Yeah.
Your whole life's that world. All your friends in that world. All your entertainment comes out of it. Because you'd work a 24-hour shift, and then you'd have to pick up a second job to, like, actually make some money. So you'd do, like, a 24 and then go on to a 12 and then be off for, like, a day and a half and then go back for your 24. That day and a half you're off, dude.
Garbage. Right.
Straight up my routine, I would come off that 12 after my 24. I would order a pizza. I would fucking lay down on the couch, and I would just eat and sleep until I went back to work the following day.
Damn it. Yeah.
You know, like, so, like, when I got married and all that stuff, I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna take that time away, because when you're home, you're not home. You're just assed out, dude, because you've been running on a 24-hour period with, like, 2-hour naps here and there. You know,
I can see that.
Forget
yeah.
that. And then I got in all oil and gas, and they started sending me all over the country too. So
Pick your poison, right?
Yeah. But at least when I'm home, I'm awake.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. At least when you're home, you're able to be home.
yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
It's rough, man. Like one of the best jobs I thought I had was truck driving, dude. I loved it. Like that was fucking awesome. Like I just couldn't stay longer, but like, yeah, family really took me out of that one too. Like, yeah, the breakdowns, this and that, but I mean, I could have made it. Like, there's no doubt in my mind I'd get the truck back up, let's go, right? And then I just thought about it, man. Like, fuck, what am I doing, man? Like, I love it.
Yeah.
It's great. But my kids were like, like,
Yeah, you just can't beat like a transient job. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I was like reflecting on that. Like every job I've ever had, I don't want to say every job I ever had, but most of the jobs I had, I'm always bouncing place to place. I don't think I could go to the same freaking place every day. Like,
yeah,
it just doesn't work. You know,
Yeah.
certain people are cut out for it, and certain people aren't. You know,
Yeah.
I got to be bouncing around.
Some people have to be in this cubicle and that's it.
Yeah,
And it's like,
but
there's more to it, man. Like,
even not a cubicle, like even just going to the same warehouse every day.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. Like the movement. I guess the brain's always got to be stimulated with something. You know?
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. I mean, routine's good though, in certain ways and fashions, but for work, I mean, I've done everything, man. I've been a Marine, I've been a cop, truck driver, I've worked with you guys, I've been fucking Amazon, I've done fucking Uber,
But see,
like everything. So there's
it's all moving around though. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. And even then, I'm like, nope, fuck this, I'm gone. Sometimes I think about that, and I'm like, man, like, fuck, like I'm not successful like other people, right? Like per se, like I mean, I measure success differently, but like I start seeing other people in this world, and I'm like, fuck, like, that guy put in 20 fucking years as a cop.
Yeah.
Man, that's successful. You know, this guy's a fucking doctor, 30-year doctor. I'm like, fuck, successful. And then I look at myself like, I ain't even been to fucking college, man. Like I just fucking bounce from fucking jobs to careers to fucking gigs to fucking jobs. And
Yeah, but I bet you this. I bet you know people in human nature more than any of those guys. You know what I mean?
so yeah, it's just weird. I mean, I have the ability to do it, which is cool, right? Because like, I tell you what, man, like, and you know it. You know, you switch fucking careers, man. It takes a lot of fucking balls to do it, because it's like, fuck, here I am going to something new that I know shit about. And I'm not fucking 18, 19, 20 anymore. Like, I'm fucking walking in as a fucking 30-year-old man.
Yeah.
Fucking 37-year-old man, like 40-year-old man. Like, it's not easy, dude. Like, and you know there's going to be young motherfuckers, like, knowing their shit. And you're going to have to fucking, hey, okay, yeah. You know, like, you'll fucking be a 23-year-old manager. And you're just like, yes, sir. You know, like, I don't have a problem fucking doing that. But, you know, I think that's why I can bounce the way I do, because I don't give a fuck, right? Like,
Yeah. I feel you.
Like, that's cool. Like, give a fuck, man. Like, you know, as long as you treat me like a man, we're good.
But see, I think that's what we're supposed to be doing is moving around. That's why I'm saying, like, this setup you got right now, dude, this is golden because it keeps you moving around. Like, I heard some smart guy talking about like school. Mm-hmm. Like young kids are not supposed to go sit still for 8 freaking hours. Like, they're just not supposed to. They're supposed to go move around, you know? Yeah. And it seems like they keep clamping them down more and more and more. Like 20-minute recess, I think now, like at my kid's school, like, and
Garbage, trash.
dude, and it's just bottling these kids up, man. Like,
So I've noticed that. I take my kids out. I don't give a fuck.
yeah. Yank them out of school?
Yeah, I yank them out. Like,
I'm the same guy, dude.
If they do 2-3 weeks, everything's going good, I go fucking pull them on a Thursday. I don't give a shit.
I do the same shit.
You know, go eat some crawfish, chill out.
Yeah.
One time I'll pull one alone. I'll pull the other one alone. Like, whatever, man. Like, I know they need it, and they'll remember it forever, dude.
Yeah. Well, but still, like, I do the exact same thing, and my wife will always have a discussion of, you know, should we take him out for this? Yes, because he's gonna go out with us, and he's gonna learn a lot of stuff that he can't learn sitting in that little room.
Yeah.
Like, he's gonna go out and see stuff. Like, if we're gonna go to Mexico or we're gonna go to Europe or whatever, like,
Let's go.
He's gonna learn way more doing that about the real world than he is sitting in that little room, dude.
Yeah. And I talked to my
100%.
ex-wife about it, and like she's like, I trust whatever you want to do with them. Like I don't. If you think you want to pull them from school, fucking get them. Like she's awesome as far as that goes, as far as the co-parenting. You know, like
Yeah.
don't give me any fucking shit about how I want to parent. You know, like, and I appreciate the fuck out of it because there's days where I'm just like, you know what, fuck it, go grab these little motherfuckers. You know, like, or I'll pull them from school early. You know, like. I get it, yeah, they're doing stuff, right? But like, I'll take them to the park. Like, I've stopped. I haven't done it as much anymore, right? Like I'm being better. Like I used to pull my older one, like when my little one still didn't go to school, fuck, let's go grab her and we'll just go do stuff. Like,
I do the same thing,
and
bro.
I'm like, man, you know, I don't feel bad about
you know,
it.
and you keep your eye on him, and like I'll keep the temperature, and I'll just straight up be like, this dude needs a break.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He needs a break. I'm gonna go get him, dude. I'm gonna go get him about 11 o'clock right before lunch. I can see it, and it works, man.
Yeah.
It everything just snaps back together, dude.
Well.
You know, if they're like being little jerks or whatever, and you really look at them and like figure out what's going on, you're like, this dude don't have enough free time.
Right? Yeah.
Let me catch him. Let me get him a break.
Yeah. And then you have to talk to them. I think
Yeah.
that's where a lot of us fail, right? Because we don't talk to them. I try to talk to mine every day I can. You know, like obviously, you know, they're at mom's. You know, I try not to try to interfere with what's going on over there. Like that's her time to have them. You know, that's fine. But I'm always a call away. I'm 5 minutes away. Like I'm doing everything I can to be as close to them kids as I can. So like if it's, hey, Bobby, like want to get some ice cream or something, like, oh, yeah, I'm on my way, go get you. Boom, drop them back off, like even for the hour or something.
Yeah.
And she doesn't give me any shit, and she can do the same with me. Like I don't, if it's my day and they got, come get 'em. Come on. Like what's the fucking point? I mean, oh, they're mine. Like no,
Yeah.
man. Like those, man, they were gonna grow the fuck up, and they're not gonna be either or of them. You know, like,
Yeah, there'll be a time,
they're
right?
gonna be their own people, man.
That's
like,
one of my biggest fears, man, is that teenage stuff, dude. Like when they like don't want to have anything to do with you or whatever. I'm already preaching that to my son. I already tell him, don't even try to pull that bullshit, bro. Don't even try to pull.
I don't think it. I think it's case by case, because see, like me and my older brother, we drink with my dad. Like,
Yeah.
15, 16, 17. We wanted to hang out with that motherfucker. Like, come on, man. Like, come buy us beer and shit, you know? Let's get hammered. Let's get wasted, you know? Like, and just chilling with my dad. Like, that's how we did it, man. Like, and then what I thought was so cool about growing up in those times, like, so my brother would bring his friends, be a good group, you know, 6, 7, 8 dudes, whatever. And then, like, bring my friends, 6, 7, 8 people, right? Like, my closer ones. And then, like, so my friends and his friends would get to know each other, and like we would just barbecue out there. My dad fucking get the beers. Like if you're drinking, you ain't fucking driving, right? Like just don't do that, you know.
Yep.
And that was it. That was a rule, right?
So
like,
that story I told about the goat, that was that house.
yeah,
That's exactly how I came through high school in that exact environment.
yeah. And like it was like a given that no parents were getting like offended about that. Like all parents were cool with it. Like okay, yeah, they're gonna be drinking gear. They are here. They're not driving anywhere. You know, they're gonna have access to fucking beer.
Yeah.
Fucking the worst that could happen to them, right? Like, and that was it. People were like, yeah, fuck it, you know, like, and we would just drink, get fucking play music, you know, fucking, you know, if girls wanted to come, they'd fucking show up, you know, like it was just cool, man. Like it was awesome, dude. Like,
Yeah, I had the exact same experience. Yeah, my buddy's dad would sit in the driveway with his friends, and they'd be out there drinking too, and you had to walk, like logistically, had to walk right in front of them to get to your car, and they would just watch you, and they would be watching to see if you were swaying. If you were swaying, they'd get back there, go back in the back, find a place to sleep.
Yeah. That's how we did it. Like my dad just told me, don't drink and drive, don't steal, don't do any of that bullshit, and just let me know where the fuck you're at, and don't join gangs. Like don't get into a gang. Like back then the gangs were big, you know.
Yeah,
I was like, nah, dude. Like I'm good. Like I know my people. Like I'm not into that shit. It's like good. Like other than that, there's the world. Go experience it. At the age of 16, like that might have been the smartest decision my dad made, you know. But maybe he just trusted me there, you know. Like he said, you know, go experience it, man. Like I don't give a fuck. Like you think you're a man, go find out, see if you really are one.
Yeah.
And then you find out real quick in the real world, like, oh shit, like these motherfuckers will fuck me up out here, like, you know. You start seeing the real shit. You're like, all right, I better fucking better calm my shit down. I gotta start driving good, like. acting right at these fucking house parties, acting right at the clubs and shit like that. Like it was an eye opener when you get that freedom to go, and at such a young age. And like, I'm glad he did it that way. Like I wouldn't have it any other way now. Like by the age of 21, man, I'd already been to every fucking club you can think of with a fake ID and everything. Like
Yeah.
didn't fucking matter anymore. I turned 21. I didn't even fucking care for like drinking that much. Like I'd already done a lot of it. And then I was in the Marine Corps, like just different things going on. Like my life was a fucking crazy mess, you know. Like, nah, I'm good, man. Like I don't need to be getting fucked up all the time, you know. Like, and now I'm like a social drinker, dude. Like, but
Yeah.
I don't think I've been drunk like in like a year or two, maybe. Like I just 4 or 5, 6, whatever. And then I'm like, fuck it. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't. I'm not gonna drink the 12 pack, the 18 pack no more. The fucking case of beer, like
Yeah.
pass
Yeah.
that shit, dude. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
I'm kind of in the same boat. Like
I'd rather go sleep.
True.
I'm like, no. I'm ready to get some fucking sleep. Like, there's just, I don't know how people could sit there in their homes and just drink a fucking 18 pack. Like,
Yeah.
how the fuck do you do that, man? Like, I can't. Like, and I'm not downing people that do it. I just can't do that shit. Hell, I don't even have beer in my fridge. Like, it just doesn't fucking. I don't know, dude. Like, you got beer in your fridge or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, maybe there's some in there. I'm not sure. My thing is, I just go out on the back patio and I'll sip 4 or 5 or whatever, like on the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And then, that's my spot now, dude. I got a new house and it's got the covered patio with the TV out there.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't go inside, dude.
Yeah.
I just sit out there, freaking.
I think if I had a house, I'd be more that way. Like, I'll have like here in the apartment, dude. Like, fuck, am I gonna do? Just fucking no. Dude. I mean, I gotta build up, and you know, I'm gonna get back up. You know, it's just I fell, man. Like, you know, for a little bit, and
You still got your land out there?
no, it's gone.
Sold it?
Yeah. We got some other stuff between me and my brothers now. We got 152 acres in in Dryden, Texas. You know, but so it's out there, and it's cheaper out there. You know, like it's further away, so it takes like I think 6 hours to get out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like, you know, the closer you are to Houston, the more expensive it gets, or San Antonio, or you know, whatever. But
Yeah, you got to get at least that far to get a getaway spot, man.
right, but I think it's a perfect getaway spot, man. Like just chilling out there. Fuck, I went out there like a couple weeks ago. I made a video in Spanish on it and had a good time. But as far as like coming up now, like I got to start right back from the bottom and just work my way back up slowly but surely. But it's hard to do it at the age of 38. You know, like
Yeah, I don't think you're at the bottom though, bro.
I mean, compared to what I had, right? Like I'm talking, you know, I had a house and all this shit, and I get it. Like that's materialistic bullshit. I get it, but it was fucking still nice, right? Like to fucking be in a house, you know. Like I'm fucking, I can't get a house right now because the market's just fucked up.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck. Like no matter what I do, I'm throwing money away in this apartment. No matter how you look at it, like I'm not getting any of this shit back ever. But I can't fucking hop into a house right now either.
Yeah.
So like,
yeah.
I'm like in
not worth
limbo.
it right
Yeah,
now.
I'm in limbo, right? Like I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck. Like here I am. About I don't know how many years this is gonna take. So like I'm starting my plan to stack money and like just chasing different dreams now, you know, because I can't be depressed about bullshit that I can't fucking do nothing about. And like so now I'm like, fuck it, man. Like I got no time to worry about it. You know, I'll get there when I get there. Like I'm living good. You know, the apartment's not a bad apartment complex. I mean, you've seen it.
No, it's nice, dude.
Yeah, so like it's okay.
But
Like
if that keeps you free to float around, dude, then why mess it up?
yeah, I agree. Like
I lived in a 500 square foot like condo that was basically like a house that was on beams, beams that they closed in Port A, and I still wish I had that house.
yeah.
I still wish I had that.
Fuck,
It was like $800 a month, all bills paid, and I was like 3 blocks from the beach.
Can't beat that.
I would live in there with my family right now.
Yeah.
I'd throw my son on the couch.
Yeah. Dude, we grew up. It was 5 of us, family of 5, in like 800 square foot home, 2 bedrooms. That's it. That's all the fuck we knew, man. Like it didn't. You'd take a shit. Everybody knew you were taking a shit. You know, you're sleeping. Everybody, you know, it didn't. We were just so, and I think that's why we're so tight. You know, like there was no like Like, oh, I'm gonna go hide in my room, and nobody would you ain't fucking hiding in 800 square feet. It like so you're gonna fucking talk. You know, you got no fucking choice, right? Like you're gonna fight. You're gonna experience fucking everything, dude.
You're gonna go outside.
Yeah, you're gonna go outside. Yeah, exactly. You're gonna go play. Like, get home from school, put my fucking outdoor clothes on. I'm not coming back in, right?
Yeah,
Like,
don't wear your school clothes, bro.
I get the
Don't
ass
wear your
whoop. You do that, yeah. And then you go play. It gets dark. Better be fucking home before it's fucking too dark. Because my mom's got to come look for me, that's an ass whooping, you know? Like, I was like, fuck, like, you know, all these little rules. And then you get back in, you eat dinner, shower first, and then eat dinner. Because I couldn't go nowhere in my mom's house unless I was fucking showered, right? After playing outside. Like, these little fucking things, right? And I'm like, I guess it makes sense, you know? Like, and then we eat. Like, I got homework to do. Motherfucker, why didn't you do it when you got here? Because if I fucking do homework, like, then I can't go out and play with my friends, right? Like,
Yeah.
they're going to be playing, I'm not going to be there. But I was pretty good at doing fucking homework. I quit, dude. I'd fucking knock it out. So my mom got used to me doing homework after I fucking came in. And then she's like, I don't give a fuck what time you finish, but you better wake up in the morning. If you didn't, that was another ass whooping, you know? Like, and my mom would be like, you don't have to go to sleep at 10 p.m. You go to sleep at 2 in the morning. I don't give a shit when you go to sleep. If I tell you to wake up that morning, I'm only going to tell you once. If you don't wake up, I'm fucking whooping that ass. It's like, am I lying? Fuck no, man. Like, that's how my mom was, right? I was like, fuck it, you know? She's given this freedom to, like, do whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah.
Then all I got to do is wake the fuck up.
Just don't fuck up.
Man, just don't fuck up because it was an ass whooping. Everything was an ass whooping, dude. Like, let you fucking take some school clothes outside and that motherfucker had, like, a grass stain on there. Oh, ass whooping. I got my, yeah, I remember this. Now, I love my mom to death, bro. This has nothing to do with my mom. Like, my mom was not abusive.
Yeah.
She was dealing with 3 fucking boys, man, that didn't give a shit about anything.
Yeah.
So she had to fuck you up, man. It was her way to do it, right? Like, my mom used to hang a belt on her fucking neck in the summertime. Didn't matter, man. Like,
Just so she could hit that quick draw.
yeah, if she needed it, she had it, right? I swear, like, I'm not making shit up, dude. Like, and she used to have, like, the remote control. This motherfucker was a ninja with that shit, bro. Like, she'd grab that motherfucker, didn't matter where you're at. She didn't even have to fucking see you. Just, wow. Motherfucker hit you upside the head, bro. Just, wah. Like, she'll fuck you up, man. Or, like, if you got away with it today, okay, that's cool. And you thought you got away with it, man. You'd go to sleep. You wake up the next day. She's fixing you up, doing something to you, and then just, whack.
Dang, sneak attack too.
She's like, that was for yesterday. I was like, oh, God. My mom was ruthless, bro. Like,
Dude.
But that's the love, man. Like, had it been any other way, I wouldn't be where I'm at. You know, like that lady made me who I am, bro. Like, just, man, like she was, and it wasn't that she was strict, man. Like, that's how she was, man. Like, I mean, she could give you everything. Loved me, like, loved all of us. Like, she could never love anything else. But don't fuck up.
Don't get caught slipping.
Yeah, don't get caught slipping. She'll whooping that ass, bro. But like, it was so good, man. Like, Jamie, what time we at, man?
1:43.
Oh God. I'm supposed to keep this thing in an hour, you know.
Oh.
So on that note, man, I think we're gonna wrap this thing up because
Yeah.
we'll just keep talking forever. But dude, fucking awesome to get you on here, man. We'll do this again for sure, man. Like,
Anytime, dude.
Yeah.
Anytime I can come hang out with you, I'm in.
what's crazy about this thing, man? We don't have any bulletins. We didn't go over shit. Like, we just got here and then we just started. Like, and that's pretty cool. So I appreciate that. I appreciate you giving me your time like that. And if there's anything I could ever fucking do for you, man, like, fucking hit me up, bro. You know.
Same here, dude. And yeah, I didn't give you my time, man. I was looking forward to this for a month, dude.
Yeah. I'm fucking saying, man, like, badass. So, for you guys that are watching back home, all the viewers, appreciate you guys' support. You guys are fucking animals and beasts, and I love you guys. We'll catch you guys in the next episode. Thank you, guys.